Submission, the Speaker Demotong acknowledged that health is very paramount to the state's constituents and directed the clerk of the House to also write the Governor, Pastor Omoino, to ensure relevant ministries include renovation of the facility in their respective budgets for implementation. And while the bill for a law to provide for the management of funds accruing to the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly from the consolidated revenue of Akwa Ibom State to ensure accountability, transparency, effective and efficient utilization of the funds and related matters had yesterday been read the third time by the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly and passed into law for assent by the Governor of the state, Pastor Omoino. Leading the debate during second reading of the bill, which was given accelerated hearing, the sponsor of the bill, Otobong Bob, outlined the general principles of the bill and its imports. In their contributions, members in favor of the bill, led by the Chief Whip Effiong Johnson, followed by the Deputy Speaker Kufrabasi Didem, commended the features of the bill, adding that it will, amongst other things, make funds available for the Assembly's general legislative functions. After subsequent dissolution of the House Intercommittee of the Whole to consider the bill for third reading, the Speaker Demotong made pronouncement of the passage of the bill. Two other bills were read for the first time, including a bill for a law to amend the Akwa Ibom State Agricultural Loan Law, Cap 11, by increasing the amount that may be granted as loans to farmers, corporate bodies and cooperative societies and for related matters. The second bill read for the first time was a bill for a law to amend the Akwa Ibom State Cattle Control and Taxation Law, Cap 24, Laws of Akwa Ibom State, by increasing the amount to be charged as tax on every head of trade cattle entering the state and for other proposed connected hitherto. The House was thus adjourned Thursday, the 19th day of October, 2023. Now to Africa, where Kenya's Interior Minister Kithure Kindiki has said that the country will send assessment delegations to Hayati before deploying police officers to address gang violence there. Kindiki also said the officers were equipped to take on Hayati's gangs as they had been successfully deployed to several countries before, including Namibia, Cambodia, former Yugoslavia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia and Sierra Leone. It disclosed that police officers were part of the Kenyan security forces currently deployed to the Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia and South Sudan. The Interior Minister, however, said the deployment will happen after passing all the legal requirements, including approval by the Parliament and the Senate. Still in Africa, Democratic Republic of Congo President Felix Tshisekedi has said that DR Congo will reduce restrictions in two conflict-hit areas where a state of siege, essentially martial law, has been enforced for 2 years. President Tshisekedi said in a televised address that he had decided on a gradual and progressive easing of restrictions in the eastern provinces of North Kivu and Ituri, noting that the state of siege was imposed in 2021 in order to suppress unrest in the region. The president added that he would lift a curfew that had been imposed, allow the free movement of people and goods, and restore the right to peaceful demonstration and assembly. On the foreign scene, Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar has criticized the Israeli military for its ongoing bombardment of the Gaza Strip. Varadkar described the strike as blockade of the Palestinian territory as a form of collective punishment. The Irish leader said Israel faces legitimate threats as a nation surrounded by Hamas and Hezbollah. He, however, called the ongoing airstrikes in Gaza concerning shortage of power supply, fuel supplies and water supplies, saying that it is not the way a respectable democratic state should conduct itself. Still on the foreign scene, Israel's army have called for all Gaza City residents to evacuate their homes and head south of the territory for their safety. The Israeli Defense Forces IDF said the army will continue to operate significantly in Gaza City and make extensive efforts to avoid harming civilians. According to the IDF, Hamas terrorists are hiding in Gaza City inside tunnels, underneath houses, and inside buildings populated with innocent civilians, adding that residents will be able to return to Gaza City only when another announcement permitting it is made. And still to come in the news, Erling Haaland scored twice to keep Norway hope alive in Euro 2024 qualifiers. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us, and now to the rest of our news stories. On a business news, the federal government has granted a petroleum exploration license to TGS Petrodata Offshore Services Limited, which is the first of such license to be issued under the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA 2021. It said the license, which was granted by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Commission (NUPRC), was in compliance with the provisions of Section 71, subsection 1 to subsection 10 of the PIA. It also announced that Nigeria's oil drilling rigs had increased from 10 in 2022 to 31 in August this year, a development that gave rise to increased crude oil output in September. Chief Executive NUPRC Benga Kumalafe said the petroleum exploration license was under the license agreement which the Commission and TGS PD executed for a geophysical survey project. In Hull, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC) is partnering with the National Health Insurance Authority (NHIA) to ensure sustainable access to affordable and acceptable quality medicines for Nigerians. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, made this known at a joint press conference with the Director General of NHIA, Professor Mohammed Sambo, in Abuja. The NAFDAC noted that under the NHIA Medicine Supply Initiative, 33 drugs would be branded with NHIA inscription and NAFDAC through the Directorate of Registration. She also said the regulatory affairs will ensure that appropriate and adequate labeling of the medicines is done in line with the agency's labeling requirements and in accordance with NHIA guidelines. We move to sport, where Erling Haaland scored twice as Norway passed Cyprus to keep their Euro 2024 qualification hopes alive, forcing Scotland to wait to seal their place at next summer's tournament. The Manchester City striker hit 2 goals in 7 second-half minutes to take his tally in qualifying to 6. Norway would face Spain in Oslo on Sunday, and a failure to win would ensure Scotland's qualification. Meanwhile, Cyprus have lost all 6 of their Euro 2024 qualifiers. On our entertainment news, Mary-Mae Nemesis takes a journey of revenge in an official thriller released ahead of its theatrical debut. In this third part of the franchise, Dafe Chidimokeme seeks revenge for being left behind in Russia during one of their missions. He also hunts down corrupt politicians as he believes the group has failed in its duties to exact the right judgment. Produced by Darlington Abuda, the crime thriller will debut today, October 13th, across cinemas nationwide. And that's all we have for you this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtvlive.ng. You've been watching Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis Oyima, edit. Many thanks for being there, and do enjoy the rest of your day.